What's up, everybody? Ben Rasa here for Odd Chopper, bringing you all things college football over at No House Advantage. We've got bowl games, and that means we've got some player props to break down, and that's what we do here. If you're just checking us out for the first time, like what you see, all things sports, free content, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel. Again, bowl games are upon us. There's going to be goals from now till the end of the year, and we've got a lot of opportunity to make some money over at No House Advantage. We're going to dive into that. I'm going to tell you some ways get some money added to the bankroll as well. Here we go. All right. Like I said, we've got some games on the schedule. One of them, very interesting matchup, close competitive spread between Cincinnati and Louisville. These are two teams, again, various times throughout the year, up and down, dynamic players. And that's the theme of bowl season. You know, who's in, who's out, who's sitting, who transferred. We're going to be dealing with that each and every week. Ben Bryant would be one of those guys. And they turned the keys over in the last couple weeks for Cincinnati to Evan Prater. And this is where I'm putting my first selection over at No House Advantage. We've got his passing yards prop at 141.5. As much as that pains me, I'm going under. And I know that's not a lofty number at all, but this is not a guy that I think is looking to pass. I don't think they'll need to pass. We've seen that already. He's played two games. He played Temple. He played Tulane. Prater, 12 of 17 against Temple for a $127. 10 of 26 against Tulane's defense for 102 yards. He had 27 carries in those games, 18 carries against Tulane alone. You see where this is going. Cincinnati's going to employ a run-heavy attack against this Louisville team. Louisville's pretty solid against the pass. They've limited some decent ACC squads throughout the year. Against the run, I definitely think there's going to be ample opportunities. And then you add in Charles McClellan on the ground. He's averaging 6 yards a carry as well. Don't be surprised to see Cincinnati really, really lean on this ground game. If they're able to do that, I don't think we see the volume for Prater. I don't think we see the efficiency for Prater. And to me, this is an under at 141.5. All right, so we've got one on the card to get things started. But let's talk about No House Advantage, how to get some money. If you haven't seen this, if you're checking this out and say, man, this is what I've been looking for. Player props, all these different sports, way to do it. You can play the house, you can play against other people. Absolutely worth getting over there. And when you do, go to the description of this video. When you sign up, new users for NHO, use that code STOCHASTIC. First deposit bonus of up to $50. So right there, you're getting money into your account. You can use that, get into these contests. There's overlay. There's stale lines sometimes against that house. You can really, really take advantage. You're stringing them together. You get up to 21x if you're going 5 for 5. You got to make those picks. That's the first one on the board for us. Prater under passing yards. All right, let's keep it going. I actually like the Washington State game quite a bit. So I'm going to toggle over here and start clicking some of these. First one up, boom, my man Jake Haener. He's back. He's healthy. 280.5 passing yards. Yes, that's a much higher number than what we just talked about with Prater, but obviously this couldn't be a more different situation. First of all, Jake Haener is healthy. He was hurt in the middle of the year. We saw Fresno just fall off a cliff. They couldn't throw the ball. Their offense was completely derailed. Before that, he was rolling, though. 300-yard passing games basically each and every game, 6 of 7. Then he came back, a couple decent games. Then he played some teams late in the season that didn't really allow him to throw the ball as much as we wanted for various reasons. He was sub 200 yards against Wyoming. It was 30-0. They didn't need to throw. Then he had a very, very quiet game against Boise State, a very solid team and one that's really done a good job throughout the year. Now he gets a Washington State secondary that's allowing 266 passing yards per game. Haener should be running wild here. Hopefully not actually running, but throwing the ball all over the place. Fresno's going to have a pass-heavy attack, a competitive spread here. It's a 4-point spread, healthy over-under. Haener should be in line for massive volume, massive efficiency. And this is a veteran, experienced player who's chosen to play in this bowl. And when we look at the opt-outs, he's going to have a lot of his main weapons here. And I'm actually going to talk about one of them in just a second. But let's put a bow on this one. Jake Haener over 280.5 passing yards in this spot in a back-and-forth game. They easily could be trailing. When I look at this, this is one that stood out. I think he's going to cross the 300-yard mark as he's done several times this year. And in this type of environment, in a bowl game, he's choosing to play. The opt-outs check out. Washington State secondary not able to handle him. Give me the over on Haener for our second play of our No House Advantage card for December 17th. Before I get Got one more pick for you to make it a little, hopefully 3-for-3 action, and just to kind of illustrate what we're doing. You go 3-for-3, you can get that 5x on your money here. String it up, and you can even go more aggressive if you've got a couple else that you like. Again, that's why you want to get inside. And in addition to, speaking of getting inside, why not join our premium Discord? Insider access is what we call it. It's the community. It's everyone you see here on these channels hanging out, dropping picks, talking through things, talking about sites like No House Advantage and other opportunities throughout the industry, free for the first week. You click it, you sign up, you hop in our Discord, see what you think. I think you're going to want to stick around. I really hope that you guys do. But let's add one more here. Why not correlate it? Give me Jake Hayner's alpha on the outside in Moreno Cooper. The guy is a stud. He's had a big-time season despite some of the quarterback issues at times. 80 receptions. Cleared 1,000 yards on the season. They're going to be looking at him early and often. Another upperclassman who's chosen to play in this game. That's really the theme for me with this Fresno team. They could have opted out. Some of these guys may have looked to go elsewhere. When I saw what their depth chart looked like, I was very, very encouraged against this Washington State team, because on their side, not that I'm going to these props, but I just do want to point it out. We've got a guy in Cam Ward here at 261.5 for his passing yards prop. Some of those receivers for Washington State as well, they're going to be up and down. They're going to put up points on this Fresno team, in my opinion. That can only help our guys. So I look at this. I want a lot of overs in this game. Unlike the Cincinnati-Louisville game, I think that Fresno and Washington State has ample opportunities to really get out, really get moving. And why not link up the star quarterback and the big-time wide receiver? If Hayner has a crazy game, it's hard to think that Cropper doesn't get his as well. So for me, to round this out, give me the over. What are we at? 72.5. 72.5 receiving yards over for Moreno Cropper in this spot. Again, stay tuned throughout bowl season. There's plenty of games, plenty of props, and plenty of opportunities over at No House. Again, just scroll down, link in the description of this video. You see all the information you need to get that deposit bonus, to get that money, to learn about some of these up-and-coming sites and ones where you have opportunities to really build that bankroll. And No House Advantage has done an outstanding job in doing just that. Regardless, whoever you're rooting for, good luck. Enjoy the games. It's going to be a great bowl season. Can't wait to see all these teams in action. But for Fresno State and Cincinnati and everybody to get things started, good luck, enjoy, and of course, I will talk to you guys soon.